getting shot for absolutely everything that's going on today. And that when you call a police officer on a black man and the police officer isn't trained to how to properly deal with a black man, in other words, if they've been trained to profile black men, then what happens is it increases the danger and likelihood on the officer who is in a mindset, not in a civil mindset.
So what I'm trying to get at is why are there terrorist threats on this board right here?
What? Terroristic threats?
Yeah, dead or alive.
No, I said, no, that doesn't say dead or alive. It says unwanted. Yeah, unwanted. That's not a terroristic threat.
Click on the other side.
Okay.
Public notice. You got report actions to 404 number.
Yeah, because this man is making false charges, bringing the police to my property unwillfully.
About the sign here.
Okay, and the sign says Citizen Review Authority. This is self-police. Self-policing is legal, right? It says to the state, to the city, to the village, no trespassing. I got a right to put no trespassing. And then it says neither good, bad, nor racist police are permitted to rove here because the Department of Justice revealed that there is bias, racist profiling that's going on here. So I say good cops, if you're a good cop. Sorry? So if you say if you're a good cop, you may be a good cop. I don't know. You may be a bad cop. I don't know. You may be a racist. I don't know. But regardless, it's organized crime when people are being shot without reason. So it is a conflict of interest and an act of terrorism to be in that this civil militia is protected and it's a no trespassing zone. Okay? So if you don't like this sign, the sign is down being, I'm going to say this is a coercive act. So I'm coercively taking the sign down. Okay? So this is a coercive act. The sign is now down and thrown away. Now, is there another problem, sir?
I got somebody else coming.
Okay.
Because we're gonna review this with somebody else also.
Okay. That's my property. That's my property. That's
Well,
not yours. That's my property.
Okay.
You're not allowed to take my property. Matter of fact, you can you can release my property right now and put it right back to where it was.
What I'm saying right here is I'm kind of wondering. You posted this because he called the police on a civil matter. When
he called the police claiming a criminal matter, but it was a civil matter.
Where you get the trespassing, you'll shoot and all that stuff right here. It says trespassing in a state of fear.
Yes.
The right
Yeah.
use of force.
Yes. Isn't that the truth? That's what police do. That's how y'all shoot people. You say you scared, right? You say you in fear, right?
It all depends on circumstances.
Right. It depends on the circumstances that happen. And when a man makes a false charge on me who did nothing, and then he
didn't make a charge.
He tried to. Well, that's what a police report. A police report is the beginning of a enforcement act. Is that not true?
A civil action is between you and him, and
right, and that's what the officer told him.
Right.
But what I'm explaining to him is when you try to make a criminal charge on a civil matter, that's a false charge.
No, that's just him calling the police on the property being damaged or moved or whatever. Everybody has a right to call the police. It don't matter what the case is. They have the right to call the police.
You have a right to call the police. And what was his
like somebody
to call the police on a civil matter?
That's like somebody call the police. Yeah, you can call the police on
civil. Oh, okay.
You can call the police on anything that you want to call the police on. That's true. You can call it on anything that you want to call it on. You can't do that. That's not illegal. Hold on 1 second. You can't do that. There's no law against him calling police.
Okay. Well, if there's no law against him calling police, I heard there's a law on putting a false charge on people. And so when he called,
a
He did, because he called and said I moved his stuff. That's my property, sir. You cannot take my property. That's my property, sir. Thank you.
That's what he had on. Oh, check it out. Leave it with me. Stand over here, sir.
Could you bring my camera, please? Bring the professional news camera. It should be in the back seat, on the floor. Yes, that's the one. I'm sorry? Ain't nothing wrong. He's just reading. Just reading the law. Sometimes the officers don't get to read the law. They just got to enforce it, and sometimes they don't know what it is. Could you hold this for a second? Breathe through your nose. Don't be afraid.
No, I'm all right.
Just breathe through your nose.
What the sign say?
Yeah, we'll take it through the drain in the problem.
Open nose, community.
Hey, stand over there.
Yes, sir.
We are witnessing the theft of my vehicle by John Parker and Lenny Porter. This is Lenny Porter. All points bulletin out on that motherfucker. And this is Sergeant Floyd, who is assisting, who have an investigation on Mr. Floyd today. And this is John Parker.
Yeah,
now, we'll be showing you a lot of video of John this Saturday. Now, this officer knows that the vehicle is not registered in his name, and he's forcing him to take it. I want to show you that this says press. John is not press. I am, and he's stealing my vehicle with the assistance of Lieutenant Floyd. Floyd, would you please take my police report now, sir? Will you now take my police report now, sir? I'll use a soft voice. Well, the fact that the man that you just gave my vehicle to, as I explained again, I'm a TV producer and press and investigator. He asked me to get him in on the black community, and he would pay me. He's just sold his house. He told me he would give me a promissory note, which I got. He told me to invoice him, which I did. And then he asked me to video his events, which I did. One of the videos that was requested was by him, Lenny, the guy that just left, and a guy named Dave. They literally got on the phone with a woman to prove that they had a producer in the house, lured her to the house, rushed her past me, wouldn't even introduce me to her, rushed her past me. Dave then spoke to John and asked for some money for drugs. Dave left. He went and got something. She took something. She was knocked out. He went into the room and had sex with her. Then he asked me to come in and bring the camera, which I did not. He pulled me by the arm into the camera and began fondling the woman, telling me to go get the camera. I told him that's against the goddamn law. I refused to do it. I demanded that they take me home. I got plenty of audio footage of me complaining about that act. I got plenty of text messages to and from John about that act. And then John took, well, he says what the report is going to say after I said all that. This is evidence of when a bad cop cannot communicate with a citizen. Have a good day, sir. I'll do it somewhere else.